Have you ever wondered why intimacy remains important, even in our later years? It's easy to assume that physical closeness naturally fades with age, becoming a distant memory like a youthful adventure. But that's not quite the whole story. What if I, Dr. Anya Sharma, told you that stepping away from physical intimacy could subtly impact your health, happiness, and even the length of your life? In my decades of experience caring for older adults, I've seen firsthand that intimacy isn't a luxury in your golden years, it's a vital part of well-being. You might not notice it immediately. Perhaps you feel a little less energetic in the mornings, a bit stiffer in your joints, a slightly faster heartbeat climbing stairs, or perhaps your memory feels a little less sharp. Then there are the emotional shifts, feeling more isolated, less connected, perhaps a bit unseen. That's not simply the natural course of aging. It could be the subtle effect of a life lacking physical intimacy. Now, before we continue, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future health tips designed just for you. And please, tell me what you think. Type 1 in the comments if you're finding this helpful, or 0 if you have suggestions for how I can improve. First, let's talk about your heart health. It may surprise you to learn that your heart, not just your emotions, relies on more than diet and medication to stay strong as you age. Regular intimacy, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, acts like a gentle cardiovascular workout. It boosts blood circulation, lowers blood pressure, and helps keep your arteries flexible. Studies actually show that seniors who maintain a physically intimate life tend to experience fewer heart problems. It's not about intensity or how often, it's about the consistent connection. When intimacy fades, the body loses one of its most natural ways to stay vibrant. Without this kind of activity, your heart becomes more vulnerable to stress, inflammation, and long-term illness. Think about skipping your daily walk or forgetting your medication. Neglecting your sexual health can have equally serious consequences. Many seniors don't realize that closeness, touch, and affection benefit the heart as much as exercise or rest. The message is clear. Nurturing intimacy is nurturing your heart. But your heart isn't the only beneficiary. Consider this. Giving up on intimacy could accelerate physical decline in unexpected ways. Secondly, let's discuss muscle and joint vitality. When we think of staying strong in our later years, we often picture gym workouts or walks. But what if one of the most overlooked ways to maintain muscle tone and joint flexibility is through regular intimacy? Physical closeness naturally engages multiple muscle groups, encourages movement, and even improves balance and coordination. For seniors, this kind of physical engagement is both enjoyable and incredibly beneficial. Without it, muscles weaken more rapidly, joints stiffen, and overall mobility starts to decline. It's a gradual change, one you may not notice immediately, but over time, your body responds to the lack of stimulation with reduced strength and a higher risk of injury. Furthermore, the confidence that comes from feeling physically capable often stems from regular movement, including the kind that happens in the bedroom. Losing that connection can lead to a less active lifestyle, creating a difficult cycle to break. And while this might sound surprising, wait until you hear how intimacy, or the lack thereof, directly impacts your mental sharpness and memory. This next point may change how you think about brain health forever. Thirdly, let's address the impact on your brain. Most people don't connect intimacy with brain health, but the link is powerful, especially as we age. During sexual activity, the brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. These aren't just feel-good hormones. They're essential for improving mood, reducing stress, and enhancing memory and cognitive function. For seniors, maintaining mental acuity is paramount, and regular intimacy can naturally support these brain functions. Conversely, when intimacy disappears from your life, the brain misses out on these crucial neurological benefits. Over time, this can lead to increased anxiety, depression, and even premature cognitive decline. Emotional intimacy and physical connection keep neural pathways active, helping your brain remain responsive and resilient. Just like a muscle, your brain needs stimulation to stay strong, and intimacy is one of the most natural and enjoyable forms of mental exercise. Neglecting this aspect of your life doesn't just affect your body, it quietly diminishes the spark that makes you feel fully alive. But beyond memory and mood, something even deeper is at stake: your ability to feel truly connected and seen by your partner. And that, as you'll soon discover, has profound consequences. Fourthly, let's discuss the fading of emotional intimacy. As we age, emotional connection becomes even more crucial. But without physical intimacy, that bond can weaken subtly. Intimacy is not merely a physical act, it's a profound expression of affection, trust, and vulnerability. When that connection fades, couples often start to feel more like roommates than romantic partners. Conversations become routine, affection becomes scarce, and the spark that made you feel wanted, seen, and deeply loved gradually dims. For many seniors, the absence of intimacy leads to feelings of loneliness, even within a committed relationship. And loneliness is more than just an emotion. It's linked to serious health issues like depression, high blood pressure, and a weakened immune system. Emotional intimacy thrives on small gestures, touch, eye contact, closeness, and intimacy is one of the most powerful ways to maintain that sense of closeness. Letting go of it means letting go of one of the strongest emotional anchors in your relationship. Many don't realize what's missing until the distance has already taken hold. But what if restoring intimacy not only rekindled your emotional connection but also helped you sleep better, more deeply, and more peacefully than you have in years? This next truth may surprise you and change your nightly routine. Fifthly, let's talk about sleep. As we age, quality sleep becomes elusive, but few realize the close connection between sleep and intimacy. After sexual release, your body naturally produces prolactin, a hormone that promotes relaxation and makes falling asleep easier. Simultaneously, oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, is released, reducing stress and anxiety, two major culprits behind sleepless nights. For many older adults, sleep problems are treated with medication, but the solution might be far more natural and enjoyable. When intimacy disappears, these calming chemical reactions disappear with it, leaving the body tense and the mind racing. If you've been tossing and turning, struggling to fall asleep, or waking up exhausted, the missing ingredient could be the loss of connection and physical closeness. And this isn't just about better sleep. Restorative sleep supports memory, mood, energy, and overall health. In other words, a lack of intimacy can disrupt far more than your bedtime routine. But the real issue goes even deeper. When physical intimacy fades, so does something far more personal: your confidence, your self-image, and your belief that you're still vibrant and desirable. What happens next may profoundly affect how you see yourself. Sixthly, let's consider the decline in self-esteem and confidence. Aging can impact our self-perception, but nothing diminishes confidence more subtly than the loss of physical intimacy. When you're no longer touched, desired, or engaged in sexual connection, it's easy to feel invisible. Over time, many seniors begin to believe their best years are behind them, that being attractive, wanted, or sexually alive is for the young. But that belief is untrue. Physical intimacy sends powerful emotional signals that affirm your worth, your vitality, and your ability to give and receive love. Without it, self-doubt creeps in. You might start avoiding mirrors, withdrawing from your partner, or stop expressing affection, not because you don't care, but because you no longer feel desirable. Intimacy, however gentle or infrequent, reminds you that you're still here, still beautiful, and still capable of deep connection. Reclaiming this aspect of yourself often restores confidence in ways that ripple into every area of your life: your posture, your smile, your outlook. But while low self-esteem affects how you feel, the impact of lost intimacy goes even further. It can quietly weaken your body's natural defenses. What happens next might surprise you. Seventhly, let's discuss the weakening of your immune system. Most people think of vitamins, exercise, or hand washing when boosting immunity, but few realize intimacy plays a surprising role in keeping your immune system strong, especially in later years. Regular intimacy has been linked to higher levels of immunoglobulin A, IgA, a crucial antibody that helps protect your body against colds, infections, and other illnesses. It also supports balanced hormone levels, reduces inflammation, and promotes overall cellular health. Without the hormonal and neurological responses triggered by intimacy, the immune system can become sluggish, making it harder for your body to fight off common viruses and recover quickly. This decline isn't sudden. It happens gradually, often unnoticed. One day, you're catching more colds than usual or feeling generally unwell without explanation. Restoring a healthy sex life doesn't just lift your spirits, it strengthens your physical defenses from the inside out. It's one of nature's most enjoyable forms of preventative medicine. But if you think the effects of lost intimacy stop at the immune system, think again. There's another consequence that strikes deeply and silently, and it has everything to do with how your body and mind handle stress. You'll want to hear this. Eighthly, let's address the increase in stress and anxiety. As we age, the sources of stress may change, but its toll on the body and mind only intensifies. What many don't realize is that intimacy is one of the most effective natural stress relievers. During intimacy, the body releases a powerful combination of hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, that actively reduce anxiety, calm the nervous system, and create a lasting sense of emotional balance. These hormones act as a built-in mood stabilizer, helping to ease tension and promote a sense of safety and connection. When intimacy fades, so does this natural coping mechanism. Over time, stress builds, sleep suffers, and minor worries begin to feel overwhelming. Without that physical outlet, anxiety may manifest as restlessness, irritability, or even physical symptoms like headaches and muscle tension. The absence of intimacy doesn't just leave a void in your relationship, it removes one of your body's most powerful tools for mental and emotional resilience. But what if the impact of a fading sex life goes even further, quietly affecting your brain sharpness, memory, and focus? What you learn next may completely change how you think about aging and mental clarity. Ninthly, let's discuss the fragility of relationships. One of the quietest consequences of lost intimacy is its impact on your relationship. Over time, when physical connection fades, emotional distance often follows. Couples who once shared closeness, warmth, and affection can slowly drift apart, not because they no longer love each other, but because they stop expressing that love in the ways that matter most. Intimacy is more than a physical act. It's a language of trust, vulnerability, and emotional bonding. Without it, even the strongest partnerships can begin to feel flat or distant. The laughter, playfulness, and spontaneous moments that once brought joy can be replaced by silence or routine. Communication may suffer, and both partners can begin to feel neglected or undesired, even if the love is still there. Intimacy is the glue that helps keep relationships vibrant and emotionally fulfilling, no matter how many decades have passed. Letting go of that connection doesn't just affect your body, it reshapes the entire dynamic of your relationship. But as serious as that may sound, there's still one more layer to consider, something even more personal. What if your own body begins to forget how to function sexually? What happens next is often the most challenging part. Tenthly, let's address the body's potential to forget. Use it or lose it applies here. As uncomfortable as it may be to admit, the human body responds to use. Just like muscles weaken when we stop exercising, sexual function also begins to fade when it's no longer activated. For men, this may manifest as decreased erectile function or longer arousal times. For women, it can mean increased vaginal dryness, discomfort, and a loss of natural elasticity. These changes don't happen overnight. They happen slowly, subtly, until one day physical intimacy feels more difficult than desirable. This creates a cycle. Discomfort leads to avoidance, and avoidance leads to further decline. But here's the truth your body is trying to tell you. Staying sexually active helps preserve function. It keeps blood flowing, tissues healthy, and the nervous system responsive. Even gentle forms of intimacy can help the body remember what it's capable of. Ignoring this need may seem harmless at first, but over time, it can make regaining comfort and confidence far more difficult. But even if your body adapts, your mindset plays an equally powerful role in shaping your experience. What if the most important sexual organ isn't what you think? The next truth reveals everything. Now, let's talk about what you can do starting today. Regardless of your age or how long it's been, reclaiming intimacy is absolutely possible, and it can begin today. The first and most important step is communication. Talk openly with your partner about how you feel, what you miss, and what you'd like to rebuild together. Honesty and vulnerability lay the foundation for genuine reconnection. If you're facing physical challenges, don't hesitate to speak with your doctor. There are solutions for common issues like dryness, low libido, or erectile dysfunction, many of which are simple and effective. Start small. Physical touch, cuddling, hand-holding, and gentle affection all count. These small moments of connection often lead to deeper closeness and renewed intimacy. If you're single, don't underestimate the value of self-connection. Exploring your own needs and comfort can keep your body and mind in tune. Stay open-minded and curious. Try new things. Approach intimacy with patience. And most importantly, give yourself permission to enjoy. You haven't aged out of desire. You've just been waiting for the right moment to rediscover it. That moment is now. Reconnection doesn't require perfection, only the willingness to begin again, one touch, one conversation, one shared moment at a time. The truth about aging in intimacy is this: aging doesn't mean the end of intimacy. It means the beginning of a deeper, more meaningful connection with yourself and your partner. The loss of physical closeness isn't just about what happens in the bedroom. It affects your heart, your mind, your relationships, your health, and your overall sense of being alive. But here's the truth: it's never too late to reclaim this part of your life. You are still worthy of love, desire, pleasure, and connection. No matter your age, let go of the outdated belief that intimacy belongs only to the young. You still have time, energy, and heart to give and receive in powerfully life-enhancing ways. The path forward isn't about chasing youth. It's about embracing who you are today and choosing not to let fear or assumptions dictate how fully you live. Reconnect, reignite, rediscover. Because the most fulfilling years of your life aren't behind you. They're waiting to be created with intention and courage. If you've been feeling like something is missing, now is the moment to reach for more. Not just more years, but more joy, more closeness, more life. You deserve nothing less. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.